Hello students, now CBSE board exam is nearby. This video is for those who are studying from CBSE board and have opted computer science in class 11 and 12, subject code 083. This year CBSE has introduced with new assessment scheme for class 12 board examination 2021-22. This academic session is divided into two terms with approximately 50% syllabus in each term. Term 1 examination will be of 90 minutes, that is 1.5 hours. Maximum marks will be 35 in computer science and it will cover only the 50% of the entire syllabus. Term 1 examination will have multiple choice questions, that is MCQ questions, and these MCQ questions will be based on assertion, reasoning type or case study based questions. Now, what are the general instructions students need to follow about the question paper? The question paper is divided into three sections, that is A, B and C. Section A consists of 25 questions, that is 1 to 25 question number, attempt any 20 questions. Section B consists of 24 questions, that is 26 to 49, attempt any 20 questions, and section C consists of 6 case study based questions, 50 to 55 question number, and attempt any 5 questions. That is, out of total 55 questions, students need to attempt 45 questions. And all questions carry equal marks. So I'll be discussing these type of MCQ questions in my channel on regular basis, and if you follow these videos, I'm sure you'll be able to score 100% in term 1 computer science CBSE exam. So let's begin. Okay students, as I mentioned already that in term 1 computer science examination, the question paper is divided into three sections, that is A, B and C. In section A, there will be 25 questions, you'll have to attempt 20 questions. In section B, there will be 24 questions, you'll have to attempt any 20 questions. Then in section C, which will consist of case study based questions, and you'll have to attempt any 5 questions, and all the questions carry equal marks. Now today, I will discuss about section A. I have prepared for today's video 25 questions. So we will go through each and every question, and also I will explain how to solve these type of questions and how you can select the correct option. First question, as you can see here, that find the invalid identifier. See students here, invalid identifier you have to follow, not valid one. Okay, so you'll have to keep in mind all the rules of naming an identifier for attempting this kind of question. What are the rules? The rules are like, first character can be a letter or an underscore that can be followed by a digit. First character cannot be a digit. You cannot use any Python keyword as the name of identifier. Then you cannot use any special character except underscore. Then you cannot have any blank space in the name of identifier. So keeping all these rules in mind, we can choose the correct option. See the first one, it's absolutely valid one, A, B, C, 2. Yes, it's valid because it is starting with letter and then followed by digits. Second one, it's a keyword. False is a keyword in Python, but then the keyword false, the first letter F is in uppercase. But here the keyword for the false, the word is given all the characters in lowercase. So of course it's a valid identifier. The option C, 5 roll number. So the identifier is starting with a digit. So of course it is not a valid identifier, it's an invalid identifier. And D, the option D, it's also a valid identifier because my underscore home, we can use underscore in the name of the identifier. So which one is invalid identifier out of these four? Of course, the option C. Okay, now we'll move to the next question. Consider a declaration L equal 5, hello, 5.7 volt. So some of the items or elements are assigned to L. Now we know that collection of elements we can represent by list. List, all the elements are enclosed in square brackets. In case of tuple, all the elements are in parenthesis, and in case of dictionary, all the elements are in curly braces. But here square bracket is also not given, parenthesis is also not given, curly braces are also not given. So by default it will be considered as tuple. So which of the following represents the data type of L? The data type is tuple because square bracket or parenthesis or curly braces not given. So by default the data type will be tuple. Okay, now let us discuss about question number 3. We are talking about this question number 3. So it's given the list L equal 15, 31, 64, 8, 9, 7, 11. What is the output of print L 1, 7, 2? What is 1 here? The start value. What is 7? Stop value. What is 2? Step value. What are this 1, 7 and all? This is specifying the list index. Always remember the elements in a list starts from always 0. That means this 15 is at 0 index. 31 is at index 1. So 15 is at 0, 31 is at 1, 64 is at 2, then 8, 3, 9, 4, 7 is at index 5 and 11 is at index 6. So 1. So that means we are actually extracting part of the list. So this is called list slicing. So 1 at 1 position, that index, which value is here? 31. Then step value is given 2. So that means after 31 it will not print 64, it will go to 8, the value 8. Then it will go to 7. Now since the stop value 7 is given, that means it can go till 6. Always remember that whatever the stop value will be given, actual stop value will be that -1. Whatever value will be provided here, that -1. So that means it can go till 6. So what will be coming in the output? 31, step value is 2, so 8 and then 7. So out of these 4 options, you can see that option C is the correct one. And remember, all these elements will be printed in square brackets since it's a list. Now we will move to question number 4. Which of the following option is correct? The function read is used to read the entire content of the file in the form of list, read the content of the file line by line, read only the first line of the file, read the entire content of the file. Now here read function we use for reading the text file. So remember that read function always reads the entire content of the file. So option D is correct. Now we move to question number 5. Which of the following statement is true with respect to closing a file? We know that when we open a file, we need to close it. First one, it is mandatory to close a text file which is opened. Python automatically closes a file. Python automatically closes a file if the reference object of the file is allocated to another, none of the above. Of course, the option is C over here. Why? Because when we open a file, we always create a file handling object. So when we are closing a file, we'll have to close the file which is referencing to that particular object. So option C is correct. Now we will move to next question, that is question number 6. Which of the following options can be used can be used to read the first line of a text file, file1.txt. Now see here, the options are given. In file handling, we know that when you open a file, if the mode is not provided, it automatically opens in read mode. Now which of the option can be used to read the first line of the text file? So as we know, the read function reads the entire content. Then the second option, read within parenthesis n is given. That means how many characters we want to read. Now option C, we are opening the file, file1.txt with the help of open function. Then read line function is called. Yes, read line function reads one line at a time. So when you are opening a file, first this read line function will read the first line. And of course the option D is not correct, because read lines function will read all the lines from the file. So here of course option C is correct. Now moving to question number 7. What is the output when the following code is executed? Now what is given? Print R. What does R stands for here? R stands for raw string. Then within double quotes, /n, hello. What is /n? We all know that it moves the cursor to the new line. So if we don't use R over here, so what will happen? That hello will be printed in the new line. But R, since it will use the whatever content will be written inside the enclosing quotes, it will be treated as raw string. So of course /n will not work as escape sequence character over here. So whatever characters are enclosed in these double quotes will be printed as it is, because the entire string will be treated as raw string. So here option B is correct. It will also print /n along with hello. Okay, now moving on to the next question, that is question number 8. Just a second. Yes, we are talking about now question number 8. Okay, so which of the following operator can be used with string data type? Now first one, that exponent operator is given, that cannot be used with the string. B, option B, less than. Yes, it's a relational operator, comparison operator in Python. Yes, this can be used in a string because you can compare the string with the help of ASCII values of each and every character. So yes, option B can be used. Now modulus, that is which finds out the remainder when a number is divided by another number, but then that cannot be used with a string. Similarly, division operator cannot be used with the string data type. So here option B is correct. Now moving to question number 9. A text file employee.txt is stored in the storage device. Identify the correct option out of the following options to open the file for reading. Okay, for reading we are talking about, and it's a text file, that we'll have to remember. So the first option is given, file1 equal open employee.txt w. W is the mode in which we can open a file in write mode. So of course that is not the option. Then file1 equal open employee.txt rb. Now B for binary file. So to open a binary file you use B mode, but then here is a text file, so that is also not the correct option. Then third option, file1 equal open employee.txt r. Yes, we can open a file in read mode with the help of the R mode. Then fourth option, file1 equal open employee.txt. Now no mode is specified. We know the default mode is R, that is read mode. So what will be the option here? Which one is correct? A, yes, no, only 2. No, it's not the correct option. So option 3 and 4 Out of these 4 options are correct. So of course 3 and 4, that means option B here is the correct option. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Question number 11. The question is that the CSV file can be operated by which software? The options are given: spreadsheet, notepad, MS Excel, all of the above. Mostly we think that CSV file can be opened only in spreadsheet and all that, but then yes, for your information you must know that CSV file can be operated by spreadsheet also, even it can be opened in notepad file also, and also MS Excel. So option will be all of the above. Okay, now move to question number 12. Which of the following characters act as default delimiter in CSV file? What is CSV file? Comma separated values. The options given here as colon, hyphen, comma, vertical line. So of course here comma separated values, so default delimiter is comma. Now we should know here that what is a delimiter. Delimiter is basically a sequence of one or more characters which are used to specify the boundary between the separate regions in plain text or maybe other data streams format. So in case of CSV file, comma is used as default delimiter. Okay, let us now move on to the next question. That is question number 13. What is the use of type function in Python? It returns the address of the object, returns the data type of the object, returns the size of the object, none of them. Of course, it is option B, that it returns the data type of the object. Okay, now question number 14. Which of the following statements correctly explain the function of seek method? It tells the current position within the file, determines if you can move the file position or not, indicates that the next read or write occurs from that position in the file, moves the current file position to a given specified position. Okay, so seek function, which we use in case of file handling. So seek function is used to move the current file position to the given specified position. So the option is D. Okay, now let us move on to question number 15. Which of the following symbol is used in Python for multi-line comments? Okay. In Python, comments can be of single line comments or multi-line comments. Multi-line comments, we use multi-line comments in Python by using this triple quotes that is given here in option C, which is also known as docstring. Okay, so option C is correct. Then question number 16. Functions that do not return any value are known as. Okay, the options given: built-in functions, void functions, standard Python functions, user-defined functions. So the functions which do not return any value, those functions are known as void functions. Void means empty. Okay, now let us move on to the next question, that is question number 17. Okay, so which of the following is the wrong way of defining a function? So here the options are given. First option, def1. Here the values, default values are provided to all the 3 parameters p, q, r. So this is absolutely fine. Then option B, def1 p, q, r, 3 parameters are passed without values. So that is also absolutely fine. Now option C, def1 p equal 15, q, r. So in case of default arguments, you will have to keep in mind that when we are giving values, default value to the leftmost parameter, we cannot skip the values which are on the right hand side. So q and r, so we have skipped the values for that, and we have given for p equal 15. So that will not be considered as the right way to defining a function. So option C here is the correct option. So now option D is given: def1 p, q equal 20, r equal 25. This is absolutely fine. We have provided the values for the right side parameters. We have skipped for the left, so that is absolutely fine. Now moving on to question number 18. What is the output of the function shown below? Random module has already been imported. So we'll have to assume that random module has already been imported. Now print random.choice. Okay, choice function is called of the random module, and the values are passed here world. So here the options are given world, either W, O, R, L or D, then D and error. Yes, the choice function of random module can produce output either any one of the character which is provided as a string in the parameter. So the option B is the correct one. So the values can be printed either W, O, R, L or D. Now moving on to the next question, that is question number 19. Which of the following function generates an integer? So okay, these are also the functions which are given here for random module, that is uniform, randint, random, none of the above. We know that randint function generates an integer. Which integer it will generate? The values which are provided in the parameters. Okay, now next question is question number 20. Which type of error will occur when the following code is executed? So it's given print Python. Python is a string because it is enclosed in quotes plus 3. 3 is integer. We know that we cannot add integer with string. So here Python is string and 3 is integer. So we cannot do concatenation operation with the help of the plus operator here. So it will produce a type error because string and integer cannot be added together. Now next is question number 21. What will be the output of the given statement if we enter 8? Now P equal Q equal int, input enter a number. So here we'll have to assume that we have entered 8. So now many of us, we don't know that when we use input function, it can assign values to multiple variables at a time. So 8 will be assigned to both P and Q. So print P comma Q, of course it will generate same value, that is 8 for P and Q both, and since comma is given in the print function, so it will generate a space in between. So the correct option here is the A1, that is 8 space 8. Now let us move on to question number 20. Which statement is correct for dictionary? A dictionary is an ordered set of key value pair. Each of the keys within a dictionary must be unique. Each of the values in the dictionary must be unique. Values in the dictionary are immutable. Okay, now a dictionary is not at all an ordered set of key value pair. It's an unordered set of key value pair. So it is not correct. Each of the keys within a dictionary must be unique. Yes, each of the key in the dictionary must be unique. Now each of the values in the dictionary must be unique. No, it is not true. The values can be same. Values in the dictionary are immutable. That is also wrong. Values in the dictionary are mutable. Keys are immutable, but values are mutable. Now let us move to question number 23. Which of the following commands can be used to read the entire content of a file as a string using the file object myFile? Okay, now for reading a text file, we have different functions like read, readline, readlines. So now out of these 4 functions, which can be used to read the entire content of a file as a string using the file object myFile. So entire content can be read by the read function myFile.read, and it also, this function also returns a string. So B is the correct option. Next, question number 24. T equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So T here is a tuple because we know that all the elements in a tuple are enclosed in a parenthesis. Now print T dot index function. Index function is called by 4. Now here most of the students get confused whether this 4 is index or the value. 4 is the value of the tuple for which you have to find out the index. So now, as I have already mentioned that in case of list tuple, the index always starts from 0. So this 4 is at index 3 because 1 is at index 0, then 2 is at index 1, 3 is at index 2 and 4 is at index 3. So which option will be correct? Of course, the option C will be correct one. Now the last question, there is question number 25. Which of the following statements opens a binary file doctor.bin in read mode and read a record into a list L1? Okay, the file is a binary file which is doctor.bin and we need to open the file in read mode. Okay, so first option is given with open doctor.bin comma WB. W is for writing, so of course this is not the option. Then with open doctor.bin RB as file 1, R for reading, B for binary, then L1 equal pickle.load file 1. Okay, now this option is actually correct. Okay, let us first discuss about the other options. C with open doctor.bin comma RB plus. Now RB here it's given in uppercase and the B plus is for reading and writing both. So of course this is not the correct option. Then D with open doctor.bin comma RB as file 1. Then L1 equal pickle.load file 1. Now see, the option B and option D are almost similar, but what is the difference? Now see here is the correct code that after with at the end colon is given, whereas in option D colon is not given. So the correct syntax is the option B. Okay, so this completes all the 25 questions. Some practice questions I have tried to mention here for section A type of questions. Hope the students, it will help you a lot. Okay students, I'll be regularly posting this kind of MCQ questions in my channel Amrita's World till the CBSE term 1 examination gets over. So do not forget to subscribe my channel and please click on the bell icon for further notifications and do not forget to like my channel. Thank you.